Now, what about those Sydney Swans last night? You called them the ugly ducklings, Bill, but I don't know if we should be dwelling on how bad Sydney were, because I think Collingwood were pretty damn good.
Collingwood were very, very good, and they've had a great little 3 weeks since that incident, but this is the Sydney Swans here, come off the ground. They've lost 6 of their last 8, and they're going to limp into the finals, and this is not the way, Spike, I would think you'd want to go into the finals. Because they just got no run, no enthusiasm, no speed.
Yeah, it's worrying times for the Swans. I mean, they've got some older players going around now, and they've been up, as we spoke before, for a long time, 5 years or so, and they've got some challenging times coming into September.
So what are you saying, Bill? You're saying that they're finished, they're gone, their era is over?
Yes.
Officially over, you reckon? Well,
Paul Roos has got to look at bringing some... I know he's brought some kids into the side. He's got to bring some more kids in because I think there's 6 players there, and we mentioned this last week, that are 30 or over.
So they're on the downward slide.
Yes.
They've got the best out of the guys they've had there.
Paul Roos has, yes.
Time to rediscover it or discover a few more.
Total clean-out.
Oh, not a total clean-out, but he's just got to get rid of some of those older players, which will happen, of course. And we've been together for 5 or 6 years, and it's been virtually the same 25, 26 players that have played.
Well, Mark, your brother's up there. What's he tell you?
No, he obviously understands that the players that have been there for a long time are getting older, but I worry about their depth, the Swans. I'm not sure how their depth is. With the reserves players, they play in a league that's probably not good to develop them, so it's going to be hard work for the Swans for the next few years.
What do you make of Barry Hall, Billy? Because I've got to say, being at the ground, he put on a one-man show and had what you can only describe as a brain fade.
Well, he was frustrated.
Well, he had a brain fade, Bill, and the runner went out and told him to cool down. 5 minutes later...
That's a good aggressive tackle.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was what wasn't captured on camera when he just run around and took blokes out. Not took them out, but sort of bowled them over unnecessarily.
What's wrong with that there? There's nothing
Well,
wrong with
why
that.
was he taken off?
Well, because obviously Paul Roos was worried about it.
Yes.
Rotations.
No, it wasn't. He was dragged.
Kicked 3 goals, but he just, look, I think he can't wait for the season to be over. He's just had a shocking year, Barry Hall.
But, let's not forget that that's his game. He does play a little aggressive and he puts the fear of God into some opponents, and that's the way that he gets a kick, and that's the way that he's played his whole career. Maybe that era's coming to an end, I don't know, but I think there's still a little bit of room for it.
It was interesting to see the 2 coaches. There was a tale of 2 coaches there last night. This is Paul Roos walking onto the ground at 3/4 time.
They're 55 points down here. He sees himself. Guess which coach is 55 points up? This
Paul
one.
Roos would have had to been 55 up, wouldn't he?
Well, have a look at Mick here. He is so intense, it is unbelievable. He is 55 points up, believe it or not. Brian here.
Now, if you're ever wondering whether a coach, whether they work mentally in a box, that is just some great vision of a coach that he can't even sit down. He's on his feet, he's watching every little thing, he's riding every bump and every tiny thing that happens, he's totally into it.
How's Simon Lloyd going next to him there?
Yeah. And he's the psychologist.
But to me, that gives a greater insight because obviously he's a perfectionist, but there's all those little... You never put in the 100% game, do you? There's always little things that you can improve on.
I think it also indicates where we are in this point of the season as well. He's just trying to put the little icing on the cake of all different things because he knows in 2 weeks' time it's going to be on for all comers.
Well, he actually knew that was a game that would get them a position in the finals. That was what was riding on it.
Not only that, they're also a chance for a top 4 finish.
A slim chance.
But a chance.
7 players with 16 games or less last night. Very young,
for Collingwood,
inexperienced side. So that is a great win.
Shannon Cox come in and did incredibly well off half-back. He played really well.
Yeah. Scotty Burns has a calf injury. Doc Larkins will update us on that to see where that's going. I mean, obviously, if he was to miss next week, it would be offset by the return of Dale Thomas, who would hope from a knee injury, but Doc Larkins will fill us in on that a little later on. Just before we leave Collingwood, Carl Langdon, the former West Coast Premiership player. Bill, what?
I just said to Bix, have we gone to the ladder yet? We might have missed it.
No, we're coming to that, Bill.
Right.
We're coming to that.
It's very important today.
Don't worry about that. You worry about the things you've got to worry about, Bill, and I'll worry about the rest.
I really want to see the ladder, though, Tony.
Yes, I know we do, but we're going to show the ladder. We're going to show the... I know... Well, all right, I forgot, all right? You happy I forgot? All right.
The perfectionist.
No, I just thought this week it might be better at 8A as opposed to 1A because after we talk about Carlton and Brisbane, we'll put it into perspective with the ladder.
No, you just made a mistake.
Oh, I bug it up, yep. Anyway, but Carl Langdon was on Perth Radio yesterday talking about... What was that?
Just wondering how you're going to read the news by making these mistakes.
Stop saying things like that. Really?
That's what you were telling us in the...
Peter Hitchener, I know you're watching, he loves the program. Not a big rap for you, but he loves the program. I didn't say anything about the news and the job that you'll be in for another 10 years. Mind you, Tim Watson and Andy Marr are apparently auditioning new partners over at SEN. Yeah, someone that might actually give them a bit. And anyway, but Carl Langdon was on radio yesterday over in Perth talking about Ben Cousins and his future, which he seems to think is at Collingwood.
Tell you, my information is deal's done at Collingwood. Guaranteed to go into Collingwood.
Benny.
Absolutely guaranteed to go into Collingwood.
What hoops does he have to jump through?
He's basically got to get the medical clearances, and then he has to become a player. He has to be re-registered, so that he can be drafted.
Well, that was Carl Langdon.
Just explain to me, Mark Bickley, because you're on every committee and you would be on the one that decides on the rules of how these things work. Pre-season draft or whatever he's got to go through to get to a club, how can any club be certain of getting him?
Well, that's right. He has to go into the... he's an uncontracted player now. First of all, as Carl mentioned, needs to get the clearances from the AFL, then has to put his name down for the draft and be registered, and then has to be available when Collingwood get a pick. So, and if they finish... We're talking 4th, 5th, 6th. That puts them... there's 10 teams in front of them.
So how can anyone possibly guarantee that? That story's got to be wrong then, does it?
Yeah, well, it's very hard to see how it could possibly be right. And I think we've tried to confirm it and may have spoken to Ben Cousins' management and they weren't able to confirm it. So.
Well, they denied it, didn't they? They said it was not right. So.
It's